Welcome to Coaching with Tally. Here connecting in. I want to see, are you feeling like there's some area of your life where you are spinning your wheels? Feeling like there's a result that you want, there's an experience you want to be creating in your life, and it keeps not happening. Like you just keep spinning your wheels in some area and it's getting frustrating. I want to give you a tip that I use with my private clients that could help forward you in this area, that could help lock some new habits in place, create some routines, which is super supportive when you're in a place where there's a lot of stress, when there's a situation that feels out of control, when there's a lot going on in life like there is right now. One of the best things you can do for yourself is to create routines and habits for yourself. It does a lot neurologically just to give you a place of security and comfort, knowing what it is that you can count on. And so whether it's because things have shifted a lot right now for you with your work situation, living situation, whatever it is, and you feel like you've lost a lot of routine, like your consistency is a little bit out of whack, one of the things that you can do is create some habits and some routines for yourself. And if you've tried to do that either in the past or recently and you feel like you're spinning your wheels with it, I want to give you a couple just touch points that will help lock that in for you and create some consistency, create some routine, create those little habits in your life that really string together in order to create a life that you love living. And to create just the consistent rhythms that will help you feel more just more secure, more comfort in this time. One of the best things you can do in crisis is to create consistency. And so I want to give you a way to do that that is often very helpful. And I use this with my private clients. My name's Tally, by the way. I'm a life and personal development coach, and I work with leaders to create lives that they love living so that they can be in alignment and in overflow and have positive impact in the world. So one of the things, a tool that you can use, it's a 3-step. So the first step is to get really clear about something that you want. So this could be, something around like mood, something that you just want to be feeling more often, physical appearance, maybe you want to lose a few pounds, something around income or relationships. It could be in any area of life that you want to see a result in, something that you want. And it's got to be something that you really want at an emotional level, not just something you think you should be doing, because you'll run into a whole different set of problems with that. But something that you really do want, think about what that thing is and come up with one action that will move you closer to that thing. So let's get an example. I was with a client yesterday, well, not in person, but on the phone. We were having a session and he was getting really clear that just the stress of all of it, all the things being in transition, working actually more right now than he usually does when he's got the drive to the office and all of it. He's working into the evening every night, and just stress of a lot of different things is really compounding, and he wanted to do something about that. And so, we talked about it. And one of the things for him that is really supportive is he's like, I cannot believe the difference it makes when I get out and walk. And so he's like, I want to put that as a routine this week that I do at least 4 times. So we created, the one is more peace, management of stress. And just another goal that he had was around health and wellness. And so he was like, that'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone if I'm doing that 4 times a week. We got really clear on what the measurable would be. So that's the second thing. So you determine what you want. So for him, it was more peace. An action that could get you there. For him, it was walking. Create it in a way that is measurable. So at least 30 minutes, 4 days a week is what we created and came up with. And then write it down. That's key, is to get it written down. So what do you want? What's going to help get you there? Measurable. So what by when? So that you'll know it's very black and white whether you did or did not do that thing. And then put it in writing. So write it down for yourself. The third thing is create a way of tracking that. So very, very often we lack traction because we lack tracking, because we are not tracking something. So finding a way of tracking that. So for my clients, we meet every week and there's a sense of accountability built in. We actually check in with each goal. Out of 100%, how well did you do on that goal? You did it 3.5 out of 4 times. And you put a percentage to it, or nailed it 100%. That's the goal, is to be hitting them at 100%. So tracking it is huge. Or maybe it's for me, I have some daily things that I track, and it's just literally handwritten or chalk drawn on a chalkboard door that I have. in my kitchen, and every night before I go to bed, I make sure that the things that I said I was going to do that day get checked off. And if they're not checked off, then I get to finish that before I go to bed. So that's a way of tracking it. It could be anything, like any way of tracking it. For water, for me, I tried to get myself to drink more water, and it just was not happening. And so I put it on my daily tracker. So it's something that I have to do every day, is drink. It's almost a gallon of water. It's a little bit under now. I did a gallon of water for 75 days for a challenge that I did. That got me in the habit and created a way of tracking it, because I didn't want to start over. The way that this challenge works is if you miss a day on any of the 5 things, you get to start over on day 1. I was like, heck no, I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna get really good at tracking this thing. So what worked for me is to measure out my water, like as part of my morning routine. When I get up, it's one of the things that I do, is measure out my gallon of water, or my almost gallon of water, and then I can see all through the day like where I'm at with it, and then I need to check the box before I go to bed that I drank my water for the day. So figuring out a way that you track and report. So Pearson's law states that which is measured and reported improves exponentially. That's Pearson's law. So anything that you track and report, anything that you are measuring and reporting on, is going to continually improve and get better and better and better. Improves exponentially. And it really does make such a huge difference. So when you have to check in on it, report like how you did, whether you get with somebody, you have a coach, you have a friend, you create an accountability group, whatever it is. Maybe it's something within your family. Everybody can set 1 or 2 goals this week, and then you check in on it together. It's amazing the progress that you will see. So 3 steps again are: determine what you want, like what you really want. Figure out an action step that is going to move you toward that thing. Make sure that it's measurable. Create a way of tracking that progress and write it down. So be writing that progress down every week. And I promise you, if you do those 3 things, you will begin moving toward the goals that you want to create in your life and the results that you want to have. So the degree to which you enjoy the experiences of your life is really dependent on the things that you intentionally put into your life. And a lot of that is around just the habits that we create. It makes such a huge difference. And it really does lower stress so much when you're moving yourself toward something purposeful. You're being intentional with your life, and you're creating consistency. It really makes such a difference in developing just a sense of security and comfort and peace and being able to count on yourself, all of those things. So hopefully that is supportive for you. Please reach out to me with things that would be supportive for you in regard to like topics that where you're coming from, where you're really at. I really want to speak into that. So I go live every day on my Facebook page, Leaders Alive with Tally. Would love to have you join, 1 o'clock Eastern any day. And I'd really love to hear from you. What are the topics that would be like really speaking into where you're actually at? I want to be in this with you. I want to really support in ways that matter. So reach out to me. Blessings. I hope you enjoy integrating this into your life and creating some results for yourself with it.